and products are moving nonstop. I'm Laura Podesta with the best deals and products that are already hard to find on what could be a record-breaking shopping day.
And the U.S. bans entry to non-American citizens flying from 8 southern African countries. Also, the fashion world mourns the loss of Virgil Abloh. We take a look at his short but groundbreaking career.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Today is Cyber Monday, traditionally the biggest online shopping day of the year. Retail analysts predict it could generate $11.3 billion in online sales, rebounding from a slower than expected Black Friday. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, shipping companies say they expect to deliver a record-breaking number of packages this holiday season. But supply chain issues could make some holiday gifts difficult to find. Laura Podesta reports.
The search for Cyber Monday deals is underway following a busy weekend of online shopping. Top-selling products include toys, books, video games, and appliances. Adobe Analytics says today retailers are offering big discounts on televisions.
If you're looking to make that upgrade to a new TV, then Cyber Monday is going to be your day for that.
TVs and thousands of other products are being handled at Amazon fulfillment centers. This one in New Jersey is 28 football fields in length, and there are hundreds more like it worldwide.
There are more than 750,000 employees working across our operations buildings.
Amazon says globally, customers ordered 1,600 products per second on Black Friday, and today could be even busier.
Retail analysts predict online shoppers will spend a record $11.3 billion on Cyber Monday. But a shipping bottleneck and trucking delays are making it difficult for retailers to deliver. Adobe Analytics says out-of-stock messages in November are up 124% from pre-pandemic levels. The most common out-of-stock items are appliances, electronics, housekeeping supplies, and home and garden items.
We've seen that consumers are planning ahead. They started earlier in terms of their shopping.
Experts say shoppers looking for something specific should buy it now because it might not be around long. Laura Podesta, CBS News, Robbinsville, New Jersey.
FedEx and the U.S. Postal Service say you need to ship by December 15th if you want your package to arrive on time for Christmas. While many retailers were celebrating Black Friday with special deals and sales, a number of local businesses celebrated Small Business Saturday. And one of the many local shops that took part, the Salty Sloth in Webb City. It opened its doors early Saturday morning, where some lucky tea aficionados got a chance to win free tea for a year. In December, the Salty Sloth is hosting 12 Days of Christmas, where proceeds raised will help their Joplin and Webb City locations buy toys for 3 families in each community this Christmas. Well, speaking of collecting toys for kids, since the beginning of our KOAM Toy Box campaign in 1988, 4 state residents have helped KOAM make Christmas brighter for thousands of area families. And we invite you to join us in one of the area's largest toy drives to benefit underprivileged children in our 14-county viewing area. Every new and unwrapped toy you donate will go to a child in the 4 states this Christmas. If you prefer to stay at home and phone in your donations, our first Toy Box Tuesday telethon kicks off tomorrow right here on the KOAM News at Noon.
And I tell you what, Tanya, consider this like a preemptive thank you to those of you who have already donated. There's a great display of toys sitting right now already in the studio. And Tanya, each and every year, it absolutely amazes me that by the time we're all said and done, this entire place
it's so much fun.
Is filled with toys. It's a great tribute to all of you who helped donate with the Toy Box Tuesday and our Toy Box Tuesday telethons.
Well, today is perfect weather to get out and do some toy shopping.
Just remember, if you're going to do that, if you find something that, your grandchild likes,
Get 2.
2 would be great. That would be great. And like Tanya said, we'll make sure it gets to a county where you live. Live look outside of Television City, where it is absolutely gorgeous and albeit a little bit warm for this time of the year. Our average high, it should be 53 degrees. No, we're already cruising into the low 60s. It's absolutely delightful in a Skywatch storm tracker that doesn't even have a cloud in the sky. Now, as we progress through Monday into Tuesday, I tell you what, Tanya, the big thing is going to be our overnight lows. Take a look at this. We are going to be in the 40s. Yeah, our overnight lows about 10 degrees about where we should have our daily highs. And so as we begin to wrap up November and push toward December here in a little bit, we're going to talk about a chance for a record-breaking beginning of a new month. Also, too, just a little historical record keeping. Can you imagine a 9-inch difference of precipitation between a 60-mile radius?
No. That's a big difference.
It's happened so far through the first 11 months. It is something
Wow.
else.
Wow.
And so I'll break that down for you when I see you in just a little bit.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Michael. Well, Delta and United Airlines say they do not have plans to cancel or delay direct flights to South Africa despite new travel restrictions to help stop the spread of the Omicron variant. The U.S. is banning entry to non-American citizens flying from 8 southern African countries. The World Health Organization has condemned countries across the globe for implementing the new travel bans. Nissan is accelerating plans to go green. The automaker announced it'll spend nearly $18 billion over the next 5 years to add 20 new battery-powered cars to its lineup. That matches similar targets set by rivals in the U.S. and Europe. Nissan said some of the vehicles will run just on battery, like the Leaf, which debuted more than a decade ago. Others will be gasoline-electric hybrids. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, the fashion world mourns the loss of the first black man to hold the artistic director position at Louis Vuitton. And later, we're making simple shredded potato pancakes in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Fashion world is mourning the loss of designer Virgil Abloh, the first black man to be an artistic director at luxury label Louis Vuitton. Parent company also acquired Abloh's own brand, Off-White. He died at just 41 after a private cancer battle. As CBS's Jerika Duncan shows us, Abloh was a Renaissance man who dabbled in many genres.
Those things that hold you back from sort of executing on your dream are myths.
For Virgil Abloh, there was plenty that could have held him back. The first-generation American whose parents immigrated from Ghana had no formal fashion training. Instead, he graduated with an engineering degree and a master's in architecture.
I did not ever think that I could be a designer with a capital D because no one looked like me, just plain and simple.
It was after meeting and working with Kanye West, now known as Ye, that Abloh became a staple in fashion. His designs were on the cover of magazines, down the wedding aisle, and even on the tennis court. And just months ago, Abloh became the most powerful black executive at one of the most powerful luxury brands when his own label, Off-White, was acquired by Louis Vuitton's parent company.
Being at Vuitton, I think it's super profound on a business and CEO and management level. It's like if you find a creative that's passionate, they will carry the baton.
But Abloh was an artist beyond just high fashion. He worked on sneakers, water bottles, art exhibits, and even spent time as a DJ.
Virgil!
I hope that through my narrative, people see that in themselves, that anything is achievable and there's different genres are just made to be jumped over.
He put that hope into action by creating a $1 million scholarship fund to bring more black students into the fashion industry.
Let's make the world that we wanted to see. Like, I'm legitimately like, who can we empower next?
That was Jerika Duncan reporting. Abloh's cancer diagnosis in 2019 was unknown to the public. In a statement, his family says since his diagnosis, his work ethic, infinite curiosity, and optimism never wavered. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Today, we're making a Hanukkah treat that's both symbolic and tasty. Any ideas to what it could be? Stick around. We've got it coming up next.
But first, Michael Hayslip returns with your complete forecast.
Been one of those years. We've been here, there, and everywhere. And now how about we get ready to finish off 2021 in almost record-setting fashion, at least for the end of November and beginning of December. Right now we sit at 61 degrees over 7th and Range Line. Yes, it is hard to believe that we've only got a couple more days left of November. And yeah, it's that warm. And a large part of that is that wind. Two things I want to point out. Number one, the wind moving in at southwest from 17 miles per hour. But number two, that humidity dipping so low. And that's going to be kind of our theme for the rest of the week. So we will have elevated fire concerns. I know whenever that phrase leaves my mouth, it's an eye roll. And it's like, oh, well. Tell you what, you get to this time of year, things get so dry and abnormally warm. It is actually a serious thing to talk about. Our temperatures right now range anywhere from about 57 to 62 degrees, absolutely delightful. And as we move to the Skywatch Storm Tracker, not a cloud in the sky, a whole bunch of high pressure hanging over us that we'll get to in a little bit. Now, high pressure, blue skies, very dry air, no precipitation. Well, I'll tell you what, since we don't have any rain in the forecast, let's kind of break down where we are right now, especially since January 1, because this is very, very unusual. This is the reading from Joplin Regional Airport. Look at that yearly precipitation, 43.81 inches. Not a big deal. Oh, that's about an inch off from historical norms. You know, what's the big deal about that? Let's shift to Chanute. Viewing area, hello, 9 inches above where we'd normally be from January 1. Portions of northwestern and southeast Kansas have already absorbed almost 49 inches of rain since January 1. Now, on the bright side, everybody gets a chance to say dry and warm as we finish out November. We talk about the ridge of the jet stream. That's what indicates it right there. The hump of the jet stream, as I like to call it, as opposed to the trough. That's deep in the northeastern portion of the United States. But when you get that big ridge coming towards you, it means blue sky, whole bunch of sunshine, and temperatures that are going to lift you up above, say 10 to 12 degrees above normal. Absolutely delightful. But of course, when that comes, you've also got to put up with the wind. As it shifts from the north to the south to the southwest, it will eventually calm down overnight and not be too bad. But Future Track will show you that even when we get cloud cover, there's no Gulf moisture to help us out. And that's why we have those elevated fire conditions. So as we get ready to close out November and get ready for December, tell you what, Tanya, it is all eyes on that Thursday panel. Now, you know, I like to point out when we get close to, if not exceed, a record, and Thursday is going to be our day. If we can throw up a 71, a 72, we're going to eclipse a December 2nd record on Thursday. That being said, one thing that I was not attuned to this morning that I did a little historical searching of, Thursday night into Friday, that overnight low, we got a chance to break that as well.
For a high low?
Right. You nailed it. And it always gets confusing when I talk about it. Yeah, a record low high.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right in tune to that. And so yeah, we may very well go back to back from Thursday daytime into Thursday/Friday nighttime.
Double records. All right, thanks, Michael. We take this time to honor today's four-state hero, Army Specialist 5th Class Oscar Bronson III in the U.S. Army. Vietnam veteran served with the 614th from 1969 to 1970. He earned the Meritorious Unit Citation, the National Defense Service Medal, and 2 overseas bars. To Army Specialist Oscar Bronson III, we thank you, our four-state hero. Potato pancakes are a symbolic and scrumptious treat often made for Hanukkah. And today Howard shows us how to make a simple shredded version in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
For those of you celebrating the Festival of Lights this week, happy Hanukkah. To symbolize Hanukkah, which is when the eternal light miraculously burned for 8 days with only 1 day's worth of oil, we're whipping up a dish that's cooked in oil, which goes hand in hand with the holiday. It's potato pancakes, and watch how easy they are. We start by combining a bag of refrigerated shredded potatoes along with a finely chopped onion and an egg. We give that a mix and add some flour, salt and pepper. After forming these into patties, we saute them in a good amount of oil. Once the bottoms are golden, we carefully turn them over and cook them until both sides are crispy. Then we'll drain them on some paper towels and that's it. If you want, you can freeze them and refrigerate them at this point and simply reheat them whenever you want. Not only are these crispy and tasty, but thanks to our supermarket shortcut, the pre-shredded potatoes, they're super easy. Serve them with some sour cream or applesauce and you've got a super side dish, or they can be a meal all by themselves. To get the recipe for our simple shredded potato pancakes, just visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a symbolic way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at koamnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
Pretty amazing temperatures if you're out and about. Whole lot of sunshine for the rest of the week. Abnormally warm temperatures. And so, if you have a chance to go shopping, please, we encourage you. If you're going to get one, get two. And remember, donate one to the KOAM toy box. We could not do this without you wonderful people of the 4 states, and make sure that every child has a smile on their face come Christmas time.
And if you prefer the over the phone type donation, our first Toy Box Tuesday kicks off tomorrow at noon, 5 and 6.
Yep. Very good.
Awesome. What do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, the new Omicron COVID variant, which was just discovered last week, has quickly spread and is prompting countries to implement new travel restrictions. The president talks about U.S. preps for the new variant. Plus, as the world learns more about that COVID variant, our local hospitals are preparing for potential surges in COVID cases. We're going to tell you what they've learned from past surges and how they're preparing for the future. And local gas company Spire announces changes to its assistance program that allows more people to receive assistance. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more KOAM News at 5.
All right. Thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.